Yo, welcome to the AniRaters, and today we're doing a Annie review on Dragon Ball Superhero. But before we get into that, I'm Hezzy, aka the Hezzy God, and we got our co-host here.
I'm Eric, aka Zombie.
Okay. Before we get into the review, let's show you how things work around here. So pretty much, me and Zombie are gonna give our review on the movie Superhero, and while we're reviewing, it's I can chime in, he can chime in, vice versa. We're here to bring each other to a mutual agreement because we have to come to a mutual agreement on the rating at the end. We're going to be talking about things like plot, music, characters, animation, and etc. Like I said, it's going to be interesting because we have to agree at a rating at the end. So stay tuned. But without further ado, let's get into it. So you trying to go first?
I got it. Let's do it.
Okay,
Alright,
okay, talk to me.
I'm gonna preface this review by letting everyone know the only Dragon Ball I've watched is Dragon Ball Super and the Broly
Mm,
movie. And I know a lot about Dragon Ball, but all that is through osmosis of everything I've
okay,
seen on the
okay.
internet growing up.
So he's not. What he's saying is he's not a true Dragon Ball
Yeah.
enthusiast.
He is, however, so, you get a little different perspective.
Yeah, that's good.
But, I am a Dragon Ball fan, though. I do like what they've been doing, especially recently. So honest, so
Okay.
offer it. First thing, the elephant in the room
What's
is
that?
it's a full CG movie.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Now, obviously, you know the track record with CGI and anime.
Shareable,
It's yeah. So we were all
terrible.
skeptical when we found that out. But I have faith. I was like,
Me too.
it's a movie. They got money. They're starting to put more
Bands.
budget into their franchise and the animations. So I was like, I'll trust it. Now, I will say, when I first went into the movie, starting off towards the beginning, I think around like the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie, when they're setting up everything, backstory and stuff, I think there was a lot of ugly scenes at the beginning of the
Hmm.
movie.
Okay, elaborate on that. Like what?
Like, I think a lot of they're driving around with the cars, a lot of it just
Okay,
didn't look good.
okay.
But
But would you say that's because you're not used to seeing a full movie in CGI, or it just didn't look good in
that's what I was
general?
thinking in my head at first, but as the movie went on, like I could clearly see a difference in how it looked
Okay,
later on compared to the beginning. So I think it was just
okay.
they didn't put as much effort into the beginning as to into the later parts where it was more impactful. So,
I can see that.
I think the start so the movie started I was kind of like I'm gonna wait and see if it gets better. It did get better, thankfully. It got a lot better.
Okay.
Uh, you know, movie starts off the story it's not a crazy story, but it's a cohesive story. It calls back, gives some nostalgia factor for real Dragon
Hmm.
Ball
I'm
fans.
gonna talk on that. I'm gonna talk on that.
Yeah, it gives callbacks. They even reanimated old scenes from the franchise. I thought that was really cool. Seeing it 2022 animation style for that.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
so I think the
Mhm.
story it was easy to get into. I think it was really good. I think they approached it the right way because it's easy to follow along and get into for new people that don't have much experience with Dragon Ball. So I thought they were they good on that part. The story overall, it's about Red Ribbon Army, some old school Dragon Ball stuff.
Right,
It
and you have no prior knowledge
I
about
no
Red
prior
Ribbon
knowledge. I
Army.
just
Okay.
know,
Okay.
androids and stuff. But thankfully,
Right.
they explained all of it, and I was
Okay.
very thankful for that because it helped
Okay.
me follow along. And with the prior knowledge I had, I could piece stuff together. I was like, okay,
Okay. You like that?
good
You like
job.
that?
Yep. So, they give us all the backstory. It's a solid like 20, 25 minutes of, setup, backstory,
Hmm.
building up the antagonist. It was a little slow, after like 15 minutes I was like, we get it. But it didn't take that long and right after that, you get right into the movie really begins. Uh But all in all, I think the start of the movie, the story, that gets you into it good. It's easy to follow along. It's not, no crazy plot. I'm not gonna get some Attack on Titan twist surprises.
I mean, but it's a movie though. Are you expecting crazy plot out
Exactly.
of
I
a movie?
wasn't. That's the thing. I wasn't. I was just
Okay,
expecting a good time and something I can follow along to that's not outrageous.
okay,
And I think they
okay.
delivered on that perfectly. I think they did exactly what they needed to do. Uh, you know, big focus of the movie, Piccolo and Gohan. That's kind of new. You know,
You fucking with that?
I'm fucking with it. Cause
Okay, okay.
I think I've seen Goku and Vegeta enough times to focus
Right.
on some other
I can agree on
characters.
that.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
agree on that.
And I think the chemistry between the side characters they were showing was very good. I thought Piccolo was a great protagonist. Had some really funny scenes. He's just really, I don't know, there's something about when he's on screen it was nice to watch.
Mm.
Gohan wasn't really in the movie till like second half of the movie probably. Um, but I thought Gohan was nice. I feel like everything with Gohan was kind of sudden, but it's not that big a deal, you know. Like I came to watch a Dragon Ball movie. I didn't come to watch, some 10 out of 10 spectacular storytelling, everything fitting
Mm.
perfectly. It did what it needed to do. Uh, Once we finish all the setup and backstory, we get to Piccolo and he's training Pan. I'll say right now,
Favorite
Pan was
scene.
my favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
I thought Pan was adorable, funny when she was on screen, and I think Pan is going to be a great character for the
Hey
future of
yo,
the franchise. You know?
I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie, that's a little sus, but
What's a
keep
little
it pushing.
sus? What you trying to say?
Pan,
What you?
the favorite
Yeah,
character
she
of the
was
movie,
great.
Pan.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's not Pan, it's Piccolo. No, if it's not Pan, it's the Gammas.
Okay.
We'll get into that.
Look, I respect your opinion. I'm just saying that's a little sus.
Okay, brother. Okay.
There's no
Okay.
wrong with that, man.
Okay. Got Pan. We see Videl. They show us Goku and Vegeta. They're on, Beerus's planet training. We see Broly. Now we saw Broly. I was like, whoa. I wasn't really expecting to see him this quick, after the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. But
Okay.
I like it because I think Dragon Ball Super Broly is a real fun character, and I think he needs to be in Dragon Ball as much as they can put him in. I think it's just
I agree with
no
that.
downside.
I agree with that.
Now they did tease us when they said he was going to spar. I was like, oh, I could see some Broly action again. And then they were like, nah, nah. They knew exactly what they were doing when they wrote that too. I was like, oh my god. It's
Yeah,
got some,
they had a lot of teasers. I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Chile was there, Lima was there. Now Chile, don't even get me started. Beers knows what's up.
Okay.
That's why I respect Beers. Beers knows what's up. Beers, that's my dog. Okay. On
Your cat,
scene,
actually.
exactly. You see what I did there, though?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
Chile, no downsides when she's on screen ever. You feel me? And after that, we get some Goku and Vegeta sparring. It looked really nice. The animation, so this is
It
when the
did.
animation started ramping up. I was like,
It
okay.
did.
I was like, okay.
Looked beautiful.
I'm feeling this now. At the start, I was iffy, but once I saw that, you can tell that when they really have the CGI in the movie in motion and in the action, that's when it's at its best. It looks great, in my opinion. It looks very good when it was in motion at its best parts. I was really surprised actually by it. Uh, you know, After that, that's basically how they kind of show us that they're not really gonna be in this movie. Don't worry about them. We're gonna focus on these characters. You know, Red Ribbon Army's coming back. It's this whole plot. They get I think it's grandson of Dr. Gero.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he builds. They want him to build some androids so they can do their thing, take over the world, blah blah blah. And then Piccolo picks up on this, and we see Piccolo start. He got on his Sherlock Holmes. I was like, okay. little detective action. I like
Right.
it. And he infiltrates. By the way, that Red Ribbon base was fire. That
It
transition.
was.
It felt like
It reminded me.
a Black Panther when they went into
I was
Wakanda.
gonna say that. I was just
Exactly,
about to say that.
yeah.
I was just about to say that.
That's
Yep,
exactly what it
sure
felt
did.
like. I was like,
Sure
okay,
did.
you know, that was fire. And I felt like after the beginning, when they were setting up, everything was flowing really smoothly and quickly throughout the movie. It was like, all right, we get to this part, go Piccolo finds out what's going on. We go back. Piccolo, he talks to Gohan, talks to everyone, lets them know he gets his potential unleashed like Gohan did. I know that. I didn't watch it, but I know
Okay.
that.
Okay.
He got his potential
Okay.
unleashed. He got a power
Okay.
boost. Trying to, they gotta keep these other characters, keep them in some kind of pace with the main characters of Dragon Ball, and that was the easy way to do it because we knew that was there the whole time. Piccolo gets his power unleashed, so he can actually scrap with them because before, I don't remember if it's Gamma 1 or 2, I think it was Gamma 2 that showed up on
Yeah, getting that
Piccolo. He
too.
pulled up on Piccolo and Piccolo was low key struggling. I was like, whoa,
Let
buddy.
me just say that scene was beautiful. That's when I knew the movie was
Yeah,
gonna be top notch.
yeah.
That Piccolo throwing those key blasts and Gamma dodging that in that CGI, bro, that shit was beautiful.
And the
But
smoke
continue.
effect they do with the
Yeah,
CGI looks so
yeah,
good. I was like,
hmm
oh my god. That was like one of my favorite parts, just the smoke effect. And I was like, damn. He put up on Piccolo. He put the work in on Piccolo. I was like, okay. He thought off Piccolo, but you don't just off Piccolo like that.
yeah, you don't.
Piccolo got away. He's like, all right, I need a power up, and that's when he went and got his potential unleashed, grabbed some Senzu beans, did all that. It was, and they did some really unique and creative things too with the effects, like the word, like the kind of like the
The
kanji
words,
word pop
yeah,
ups.
yeah,
I thought that was
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool and fitting for the gammas. It really fit them. It was all just, the key boss looked great, like you said. All that happens, the first part of the movie, they're kind of just warming up, showing off everyone. Uh, Piccolo, you know, they started showing off, powered him up. I was like, okay, I'm down for this. This when you really know, like, Piccolo's the main focus is the main focus along with Gohan, but you don't really see Gohan until around the second half.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, it just, as the movie kept going on and on, it just kept looking better and better. And I just kept getting more used to it, and it just looked really good in motion. One of the best looking things in the movie, I'm pretty sure you're gonna talk about this, is the rain scenes.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
soon as
yeah. Beautiful,
the rain hit,
beautiful.
oh my god,
I just want to say, Gohan dropping in, landing on the
boy,
ground
oh,
with that rain. I was like, oh my god, we're on to something here.
yeah. When the rain really hit me is when him and Gohan started fighting, and then Gamma, I think it was Gamma One, hit that run through the rain. I was like, whoa,
Mm,
that's
okay,
like crazy. I was like, okay, I'm here for this for real. Uh, yeah. Uh, the second half. That's round when the second half starts. They come and kidnap Pan.
this where the boxing starts.
Yeah, that's when the boxing starts. They kidnap Pan and Gohan's like, fuck that. You don't touch my
Oh god,
daughter. Pulled up superhero landing, smoke, offer it. We're there. That's when the action starts, like you said. We get Piccolo versus Gamma, Gohan versus Gamma. It all looks beautiful, little back and forth. We're seeing each fight is all just looking really good. Honestly, the action was the best looking parts of the movie, which is exactly what it needed to be. The action had to
agreed,
be the best looking part, or else I
agreed.
don't think it would have worked as well. Uh, I mean, and not having Goku and Vegeta, you're just like, okay, like there's actual some kind of actual threat because we know Goku and Vegeta is there's no real threat when they're here.
Right,
That's why
right.
Gohan in the movie he was like, I don't need a. What you mean I need a train? I don't need a train. We got Goku and my dad. Like that's easy wash on everyone. And he's like, what happens when they're not there? And then they weren't there, and look what happened. You had to step up. This one we start getting in the second half of the movie. Gohan's here. They're boxing. Gohan, they're putting in hands. He's struggling a little bit. You tell he's rusty, but you tell like he's getting back into it as they're fighting, and then as the fight is going on, and before let me say, Gamma 1 and 2 aren't really bad guys. They think they are good people. They think they're doing the good thing. They think they're
Right.
doing the good thing. Reality, they know they're not exactly doing what a hero should be doing.
Like they got brainwashers in their ear.
Yeah,
They got some
yeah,
brainwashers, you know.
yeah. They got some brainwashers, and so they're kind of this is the thing they focus on during the fight, and it's like Piccolo's like you're not really a bad guy. You're just fighting on the wrong side, and they know this, and they're struggling to deal with that. And eventually, they come around. It's like we don't need to work for these scummy people. We know they're not doing the right thing. We're supposed to be heroes, superheroes, in fact. And eventually they come around, and this is when I say you get into stage three of the movie.
Okay.
Stage three is the final fight. Okay, and this is where we get introduced to Cell Max. Now,
What's
offer
your opinions on Sarah Max?
I'm not a fan of Cell Max. Not at all,
Okay.
to be honest. I think you could have did something cooler, or at least like it could have been a better version of Cell. Cell Max wasn't really that cool.
I'm
Just
not gonna lie. Let me talk my shit real
go
quick.
ahead, go ahead.
Cell Max, the worst fucking villain in Dragon Ball
I
history.
agree.
I don't care who you throw at me. Nobody is touching the trashness of this nigga. He didn't do anything the whole fight. He didn't even talk. This nigga was just screaming.
It was just
Like he was big for no reason. Why was he even that big?
it was
And
just
then
big bad monster, and that's it.
why did you go Cell Max? You could have went in so many different directions. Androids, you could have brought out a new android.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
brought out
bro.
the gammas. You could have brought out a new android. Like even if you went the Cell route, why didn't we get like a better perfect Cell or
Yeah.
something like that? That would
So
have been way all the recalls that happened in the movie. It would have been cherry on top to see
yeah,
uh
there's a
another perfect Cell.
there's a lot of
Like
callbacks in the movie too.
y'all want to bring back Frieza and y'all give him a new form. Why couldn't y'all do the same thing with Cell? Even though y'all could have went with a new villain entirely, Cell Max was just not the move. But
We
you can continue.
we
You can
got we
continue.
got Gamma 1 and 2, so we know they can make new androids. I just think Cell Max it wasn't a cool callback. It was a
Not at
trash
all.
villain, no talking. It's just big bad dumb monster that we have to defeat. It was just kind of lame, you know. I'm not mad like at. I think bringing Cell back is a great idea because Cell is awesome, but that just wasn't the way to do it.
Not at all.
It wasn't the way. I think they. I think the best option was just create a new big bad android that actually had dialogue and was cool to watch. Cell Max was not.
Right.
It wasn't something I was awed by. It was just he was just there, and I was like, all right, I guess. Like I thought Gamma 1 and 2 were way cooler as antagonists to the main characters. But we get Cell Max right, and at this point, Gamma 1 and 2 they team up with our guys, and it's the big final fight. Bulma shows up, and she shows up with Krillin, 18, and Trunks and Goten. And now we see Trunks and Goten growing up. That's
Yes,
crazy.
sir. Yes,
Listen,
sir.
I saw that. I was like, I cannot believe this. I can't
Yes,
believe it.
sir.
Now all they got to do is show me Gotenks, and they did, I guess, but not really. So they all show up, and this is where the final stage happens. We got to defeat Cell Max. Cell Max is just kind of like big, laser shooting everywhere, and it's like, okay, I guess. And it can't. It's not Dragon Ball without new forms, right? You gotta have new forms.
Got it.
And this is where we get Orange Piccolo. I'm like,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
we. I think y'all come up with better names, but I'll take it. Orange Piccolo. It's a cool transformation. He kind of like hulks out.
And let me say, Piccolo is well due for a
It's
transformation.
about time. It's
Transformation.
about
I'm
time.
so glad he got one because it's been about 800 goddamn years. But continue.
I'm curious to see how like strong it is in comparison to other people.
All right.
How both the forms are, but we'll see in the future. But I thought Orange Piccolo was cool. It looks cool. He kind of like hulks out, gets this chiseled ass jaw. I was like, damn, bro, calm down. He's kind of looks like a tank, brute force kind of thing, kind of form. Uh, we get that. We have that to go against Cell Max, and he can also grow giant. It doesn't really change anything, but he can grow giant. That looks pretty cool. And then they box it out. Uh, everyone's there tagging along, throwing in their shots, fighting Cell Max. Gohan's there. Then Gamma 1 and 2. Now, this is one of my favorite parts of the movie, right? Is
Talk
that
to me.
that Gamma 2 dive bomb? Oh my god,
It
that
was
looked
nice.
ridiculous.
It was nice.
I think that was the
It was
best looking
nice.
part of the movie. That
Well, I
dive bomb,
disagree with that.
that dive bomb looked crazy, bro. I'm sorry.
I disagree with that, but I can respect it. I can
It
respect it.
looked amazing. The explosion and everything. And, it doesn't really work. And then we get into it's kind of like this last stand between Piccolo and Cell Max. And Piccolo is struggling bad.
He's getting banged
He's
on.
getting,
Banged.
boy, just fight back, fight back. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
fight
say.
back for real.
Gohan's like he's not liking it, but Piccolo keeps telling him to charge up, get ready, for we need that one shot. And then you just see Piccolo get bodied. You're like, damn. And that triggered my boy Gohan, and
Yeah,
here it comes,
yeah.
Beast Gohan. Now
Black
I
ass
will
name.
say, okay, come on, we're gonna get into that. Come on, we're gonna get into that.
Head
Beast
ass.
Gohan. Now the form looks sick.
Yep,
It
it
was
does.
kind of random, not super random, but it's kind of like out of nowhere. But I don't really care. It's a Dragon Ball movie. I know it's gonna be new forms. I don't
Right.
care. Like it doesn't have to be crazy relevant to the plot. I know someone's gonna get a new form. It was sick, and then he throws that special beam cannon, and boom! It was crazy. Looked crazy, and you're just like, damn, that was fire. And that's kind of that's kind of the whole how the whole movie goes. It's
Yeah,
not
the
it's,
movie
it's
went.
not
Yeah,
super complicated. It's just gets the setup. It gets in there, plays around, jokes around, gets to the action, gets to the point, and it's done. I like it. They were in and out. They brought some uniqueness. I like that Dragon Ball of all animes is trying to do unique stuff now. You know, first we got the Broly movie, had crazy, crispy, like kind of hand drawn style animation. It looked amazing. And then they went full CG and it was kind of like a 360. But I think all in all, it looked really good. My only gripe was the beginning of the movie. I thought it was kind of eh. The movie, I think the movie constantly gets better as it progresses. Goku and Vegeta, thank God. I'm not opposed to Goku and Vegeta, but they had enough limelight. We got some characters that deserve some more screen time. Uh, would I want to see another movie in the style? I don't think so. But I think them doing this was good and it was nice. Uh, you know. Mm,
let me get my input on the plot real quick.
okay.
Now, now your biggest gripe you said at the beginning of the movie. I
Yeah.
don't think it was a big of a problem for me because as a Dragon Ball enthusiast, when Cell first came around, we got the whole story of Doctor Gero, right?
Mhm.
We got a whole lot about him, what he was going through. So learning that he had a grandson and learning what was going on was a nice little, nice little a new pace for me, because we don't really get stuff like that in Dragon Ball anymore. So I was like, okay, that's nice. Like new characters, beautiful. We love new characters around
Yeah.
here. I love new characters. So new character, he's just as intelligent as his dad. I mean, as his granddad.
Mhm.
So that's how I knew we were gonna get some nice looking androids.
Yep.
You know. So I didn't really have a problem with that, and it was a bunch of beautiful callbacks in that whole scene.
Yeah,
They were talking about the
that's something you
story,
can't appreciate.
yeah, and my real Dragon Ball enthusiasts will understand the callbacks when they were talking about like Hercule. You know what I'm trying to say?
Hercules.
Being him being the main hero who defeated everyone. Like that's goddamn cap, but in terms of the Dragon Ball story, that's how the regular world perceives it. But there was a bunch of callbacks, and I don't even want to get into all of them because we'll leave those for the real enthusiasts, right? One that I really do want to give appreciation though, because I almost stood up and started clapping in the theater when that boy Gohan when that boy Gohan went Super Saiyan. I mean, not Super Saiyan, when he transformed into Special Beam Cannon,
Hey,
and it was through Piccolo, not really through Piccolo, but Piccolo was holding him. That was a beautiful callback to the beginning of Dragon Ball
that's
right
one of the
there.
ones I caught. I rember that.
Yeah, and
That was
and
beautiful.
I'm not gonna lie, if you didn't catch that, you should have left the theater because that was beautiful for any Dragon Ball person that saw that movie.
Yeah.
But in plot, I really thought it was good. I think, like I said, the villains was trash. The new character is beautiful, but in terms of plot, I think it really flowed. There was no part that I was sitting there and I was like, "Bro, I'm bored." Like
Yeah, it flowed
it,
really
you
well.
know, it kept me interested. I was looking at the screen the whole time. I didn't even look at my phone the whole movie. You
Hmm.
know, so I mean, it was in terms of plot, it did its job for a Dragon Ball movie, especially a CGI one, and Goku and Vegeta not being on the screen. I think they did a beautiful job with that.
Yeah.
But that's just it in terms of plot. That's really all I gotta say for it. You
Okay.
know. But how'd you feel music wise?
I was just about to get into that. Um, I thought the music was good. I don't think now, to be honest with you, I wasn't really like paying attention 100%
Me
to the
either.
music.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm trying to recall it. I remember it being good, but there wasn't anything that just wowed me or instantly caught my attention.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I don't remember anything, but that's a good thing because if I remember something, it's either it was awful or it was fantastic.
Yeah,
And for me not to remember anything, that means it flowed with the movie great. Nothing stuck out,
yeah, that's true.
and nothing made it awkward. It complimented the movie, which that's a round of applause to me. You compliment the movie, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
We're not there to listen to music. We're there to watch a movie.
yeah.
So
Don't
I
get me
think
wrong.
they
The
did a
music is a big part of the movie,
yeah, no, no, yes, it
but
is. But
like
I'm
like you
saying,
said, it didn't stick
yeah,
out. It didn't interrupt anything. It was
exactly.
just meshed really well with the movie, and
And
it
that's
just
what I'm
all
saying,
felt like one thing that, and you didn't really notice it because it was meshed so
Right,
well.
right,
I thought it.
right.
I thought the music was good. It wasn't crazy outstanding or anything, but it did its purpose. It was good. I enjoyed it. Uh, Now one thing that pissed me off, I'm sure this pissed you off too, was with Gotenks.
Oh, I
We
didn't even
see
talk
we
about
see
that.
Trunks and Goten. They're
Yeah,
growing up. You're like, oh my god, what's Gotenks gonna look like? They're teens now.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
taller, a little bigger. I'm like, man, Gotenks, they could do like a fire redesign with Gotenks. And here they come.
Mm,
They start doing the fusion dance. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna see it. I wasn't really expecting it. And they messed up the fusion dance.
yeah, yeah.
And here
And you
comes
know what?
Fat Tinks.
You
I'm
know,
like, okay.
you know what really pissed me off
Uh,
is at the end of the movie, they did the fusion and they
and
got it,
they didn't
and then
show it
they
to
cut
us.
it,
I
and
was
they
like,
fucking
what?
cut it.
They know
I was like,
exactly
okay,
what they're
yeah,
doing, bro.
they knew
I
what
was
they were
like,
doing. Like,
fuck, bro.
I mean, it's not a drawback from the movie, but it was like, come on, bro.
It
Like,
was like you
we
could have
haven't seen
showed
Goten
something.
since the goddamn Boo Saga. Like, come on, bro. Like,
You could have showed like just him standing there hitting a pose,
yeah,
new design, hype us up
something,
for some
something.
future, something, bro. But yeah, I thought,
But yeah,
I wish Gamma 1 and 2 would become main cast characters. I think Gamma 1 and 2
yeah,
were fantastic characters. They were some of my favorite
great
parts of the
addition,
movie. Some of my favorite
great
parts.
addition.
I wish they would become main cast characters, but obviously after the movie, I don't think that's going to happen. But I thought it would have been super nice. I thought they were great personalities on the screen and would do really well, like to as reoccurring characters.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah, I thought they were great. Some of my favorite
Oh,
parts.
I just remembered something that I disagree with you on. My favorite part of the movie was Gohan transforming. That scene, I think it was the most beautiful looking scene in the movie
When he
because
went in Ultimate
it
or
was
Super
just
Saiyan?
yeah when he went Beast
Oh,
Gohan when
Beast
he first
Gohan?
transformed into
Yeah,
Beast
that looked
Gohan.
crazy. That looked crazy. I'm
It
not gonna
looked
lie.
crazy. And in the beginning, I mean, not even the final form, like when he was charging up in the blue aura, it
Yeah,
just looked fantastic. I
the
was like, oh
aura
my
on
god.
Beast Gohan is crazy. It's probably the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
aura
yeah.
out of any form in Dragon Ball.
So how about animation to
Animation,
end it off with the CGI? How'd you feel?
I liked it. I thought it worked really well for the movie. I thought they did it well. Like I said, my only gripe is I think at the beginning of the movie they didn't put as much effort and fluidness
That's
into the
understandable.
CGI because it's just setup and backstory. They're like, we'll
Yeah,
save that for the real stuff.
right, right.
So I think that part it was off putting. I thought some of the parts in the beginning looked really bad to be honest, but I don't really mind it because later on it just everything just looks so good in motion and in the
Yeah,
action. It just looked amazing later on to be
yeah.
honest. I thought they
I
did
definitely agree with
they
that.
just I
I
thought
definitely agree with that.
yeah, some of the best probably some of the best CGI scenes I've seen in anime.
Oh no, that's definitely the best CGI I've seen in anime. And I'm not even gonna lie, there's competition, not a lot, but there is.
Ufotable. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they always
yeah, there's
everybody.
competition, but like I said, that was just beautiful. And from a franchise like Dragon Ball to stick their leg out there and do a full CGI movie, that was crazy, and I think it paid off. I like you said you wouldn't go back to see another CGI movie. I think I would because I
No,
think
hold on. I would go see another one, but I don't think
okay,
they should do another one.
no, okay, and this is what I'm gonna say. I think they should. I think they should only do them when it comes to like side character movies, like like movies that we get for side characters. You don't have to like for a big movie, bro. Stick to what we love. We love Broly. The little cool CGI scenes that we got in there was cool.
Yeah.
But if you want to do a little Gotenks movie or a little something else movie where you don't have to really cut back on the budget or cut back on the time of doing super on the side or doing super main and doing that on the side, I would love to go to the theaters and see a nice fleshed out CGI movie with some side characters or like some old shit, some old Dragon Ball shit. I wouldn't mind it at all, you know.
I respect it.
And yeah, in terms of animation, like I said, I thought it was beautiful. I thought they did a really great job. The like I said, the beginning really it didn't really stick out to me because I was too busy involved, like too busy, like reminiscing about what they were talking about. Too busy catching the old stuff. Too busy catching the here and there's.
Yeah.
So it didn't really stick out. It more like flowed. Like it started off slow and then it rised and rised and rised. That's how I see the animation. There was really never a low point because I came in with a low bar. CGI movie. The first scenes that I seen, the bar rose and rose, and then once we got in, like I said, Piccolo throwing those key blasts and Goku and
Yeah.
Vegeta sparring, the ball rose and
Also,
it's pretty good. It's
one
pretty good.
one thing with the animation, the flying looked amazing.
Oh yeah,
And the
oh
order when they were
yeah,
flying, it looked so good and smooth. I was like, wow. It's like you said, like as it kept going on, you kept seeing new ways they were using it. It just the
yeah.
bar kept rising. Yeah.
All right. So, any last things you want to say before we get into the ratings?
Um, I think the movie needed better advertising.
Oh,
it was weird. Like Broly
great
was
point.
everywhere. Broly was everywhere. Super like the theater was it had a decent amount of people in it for a Western release of an anime in a theater. This movie there was a couple people in my theater.
Yeah,
It
same.
wasn't really anywhere until like a couple days before it's gonna come out in the West, and I was like, I don't know, it's just weird. It still did really well. I think maybe they were just
Yeah,
testing how
I
well
think
it
they
would
were
do
testing.
with minimal
Yeah,
advertising. and it did good, but it could have did a lot better, I think.
And I think what it was is I think they were scared of reactions. I
I
don't
think
think they
that could
knew
have been
how
a
people were going to
possibility.
react. So they didn't want to advertise too much. And I'm not the company, so I don't know, just a guess. So I'm thinking they didn't want to advertise too much and then get a bunch of backlash. Let the real Dragon Ball fans go see it, or the people that like Dragon Ball, and see what they have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, advertising it could have did better. But, like you said, they could have been scared of opinions of, people who aren't really invested like that and haven't really seen
Right.
stuff like that before. It's going to be kind of like, what is this?
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you're like you're making a movie, putting all this effort into it, just you got to get it out there and just let it happen, no matter what happens. But
Right. Right.
they did what they did. It was fine. It still did well. I'm pretty sure. But I just think it could have done a lot better. I think a lot of people would have been pleasantly surprised by the movie, even if they don't like CGI. And I think I think Dragon Ball is entering like a new era, like a modern era for Dragon Ball. We got Super. It was kind of Super was Super. Uh, it wasn't
Yeah.
the
Let's not talk
greatest.
about that here.
It
Let's
wasn't the
not talk about that
greatest.
here.
But
Not talk about
this
that here.
is after Super in that timeline. Super's in the title. It's Dragon Ball now. I think Dragon Ball's entering a new era that started with the Broly movie. I think they're starting to. Dragon Ball is a huge franchise, and I think they're really starting to put more investment into it for just in everything in general. Because before it kind of felt like with Super, it kind of felt like they were just putting it out there to make money. But like Broly came out, and you're like, this is beautiful. Like they put a lot of
Beautiful.
effort into this. They're upping budgets, and they're doing all this. They're doing unique stuff, and that's not something Dragon Ball is really known for, is being unique. And I
Yeah.
so I think Dragon Ball is kind of entering this new era. I think they should keep pumping out a movie, a nice movie. Do some elements that make it refreshing. Like Broly movie just looked amazing compared to normal Dragon Ball. Then we got the CGI for superhero. Just I think keep releasing a movie like every 2 years, 3 years maybe. Put some time effort into it. A lot of budget. Just keep them coming because people love it. And then while the movies can hold us for a while, and you can put a lot of time into making the anime and a new series, and up the quality, because that was a big gripe people have had with Dragon Ball previously, is the quality. It's this giant franchise, but it could be so much more, even with how big it is. So I think they're acting upon that, and I think Dragon Ball is gonna really start. It's really starting to. It's taking it up a level for its own standards. They're starting to increase their own bar, and I like that.
I just want to say, well, to what you were saying is I definitely agree because the if you compare Dragon even superhero to some of the old Dragon Ball movies, and you take out all the nostalgia factor that played in those movies,
Hmm.
superhero literally is kind of on their level. I'm not gonna say better because I don't want to trigger nobody. Nostalgia is a big factor, but it was there.
Yeah,
And in some aspects, I would even say it was better. Broly knocks out all the old movies by far,
Broly's
and so I
great.
definitely agree with what you're saying. Like the old movies, you could just tell they didn't really put any effort into them. And I'm so glad, as a Dragon Ball enthusiast, I'm so glad that they're starting to give Dragon Ball more respect. I mean, it's a one of the biggest Western anime. You know,
Yeah,
like everyone knows who Goku is. Everyone knows the title Dragon Ball Z, and it's about time they acted like it. And I'm glad we're getting movies. I'm hoping they bring Super back and they capitalize on it, and we get a full fleshed out Super, not some Super that we got previously.
yeah,
I don't even want to talk about that, but like I said, I do agree with that,
yeah.
honestly.
And
So
I think
ratings.
offer it.
What
What's your
you,
rating offer it?
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking that I was gonna rent. I was thinking in my head a number, and I was like, no, that's too high. But I'm gonna go with it because really, there's not that many drawbacks, compared to other movies for me. I think it fits in right here at an 8.2.
8.2. Okay. See, as a Dragon Ball movie, Now, keep in mind, I've only seen Broly and I've watched
Right.
Super. And
Right.
compared to, Super and Broly, I think on like a scale of Dragon Ball, I think it's like an 8. So around what you said.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
scheme of, all of anime, I still think it's like a solid 7. So I'd go with a 7. I came
A
in,
7.
I enjoyed
Okay.
it. It wasn't crazy, didn't blow my mind, but I enjoyed it the entire time.
But like
I left
for a movie
satisfied.
though, for a movie,
Yeah.
it can't compete with other anime because it's not an anime, it's a movie.
Yeah,
So
but
you gotta.
even comparing to other movies, I feel like, you know, it just it wasn't.
I mean,
I just think it was a good solid movie. I enjoyed it.
I
Like,
respect it.
see, I'd give Dragon Ball an 8. I mean Dragon Ball Super
Right.
Broly an 8 overall. And
An
I don't
eight.
think it's yeah. And I don't
Okay.
think
Okay.
it's better than Broly. So that's why I jumped it out, brought it down to a 7, like 7 to
Okay.
7.5 range is what I would rate it.
Now
Maybe
I don't know.
7.5.
I think maybe because the last couple anime movies that released have been kind of
Crazy.
great
Yeah.
and fantastic. So maybe that is raising your anime movie bar a little bit
It could
too
be.
high. Because in terms of anime movies in general, we don't have a lot of great ones. We have a pretty good solid list. But like compared to everything, you put Dragon Ball Super on that list, and it's definitely in the top half, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
So
I think the top half's, like 7 to like 7 to 10. And
okay, okay.
I think it's on the lower top half, so like around a
Okay.
7.5 is what I would say.
I would say if
I
we
think it's
can
better than a
go,
lot of movies, but it's
I
not near
say
the best either.
if we can go 7.7, I would be good with that.
7.7.
7.7. If not, I'm
It
okay with
feels a
seven point
little. I'm
six.
not gonna lie, it feels a little too high for me.
Too high
It
for
was.
okay.
I
I
think
mean, I feel like
7.6, and I think we got it.
I mean, I mean, I'm okay with 7.6, but I just want to really understand because in terms of drawbacks, you know, for you as an un-Dragon Ball enthusiast, you said it was the beginning,
Yeah.
because you really didn't, it wasn't really there for you in terms of CGI. You didn't really get all the callbacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if that's the
I
only
can see that. I
drawback,
can see that
that's
because
worth
there's a
it.
lot of stuff I
Only
wouldn't.
being a
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I wouldn't
because I've seen
catch.
other anime movies, and there is a lot more flaws than that. We're talking about animation, music, characters, plot. I mean, I would say a big gripe for me is the Cell Max. I can see
Yeah.
Cell Max bringing the rating down. I can
They
see that, but
yeah, because
I feel like,
they made that the big antagonist, and it's like it's not really
but I
what.
mean, he was only the big end, and it was more like Gamma coming together.
I can see that.
With
I can see
Gohan
that.
and Piccolo.
It was more about them than the
He was like a little
antagonist.
side villain. So I mean, I can understand the 7.5. I think I really strongly do feel like it's a 7.7, but I can move with a 7.6. I'm not mad at it.
Okay. So is our agreement 7.6 for Dragon Ball Super?
We're agreeing on it. I can work with that. I can work with that.
All right.
7.6, guys. That's what we got. Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Yeah.
On this Annie review.
I suggest
Now,
you guys watch the movie. It's a good time.
yes, sir. Great, great movie. You guys heard what we had to say.
Yeah.
So, hey, how about you guys? If you liked what you saw, drop a like down there. Hit the subscribe button. We'll have our links in the description. I'm not streaming right now, but I will be streaming on Twitch pretty soon. And
Hmm.
same with this guy here. He'll be on there. So we'll have the links in the description. We're trying to post twice a week. So if we don't stay to that schedule, get on our heads. Just a
Yeah.
little bit. Don't abuse us. But we hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Peace.
AniRaters out.
AniRaters out.